Well, hello friends and happy spring! It has officially been 1 week as of the day you guys are seeing this video that it has been the season of spring. The first day of spring was March 20th and I couldn't be happier. I am so done with the cold weather. Genuinely, I need it to pack its shit up and get the hell out of here. I am so ready for when it's warm enough to just like wear a sweatshirt in the morning. It's a little crisp, but it's not freezing. And then the afternoons is nice and sunny and beautiful. Are you kidding me? I can't wait. So going along with, of course, the nicer weather hopefully coming our way here in Jersey, I thought I would give you guys a little spring TBR because I really have been failing on my Goodreads reading goal. My reading goal this year is 70 books and I am currently, let me double check on that for you, and I am currently 8 books behind schedule on my reading goal. I've only read 7 books so far this year because I have just been really struggling with reading for some reason this year and the motivation to read. So I thought, why not put together a little spring TBR of a bunch of romances and fantasies that I would love to read over the season of spring as well as even into the summer. Honestly, who even cares? Hold up, wait a minute. Before we go any further with this spring TBR video, we need to crack a cold one. I have been trying a bunch of the different Poppy and Bloom prebiotic soda flavors lately. I don't know why. I'm just like curious about them. They're so fruity and fun. They're basically like a cocktail drink, but like soda. I have tried this flavor before. This is the orange Poppy, and I know I like it. So let's crack this cold one and get into this TBR. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, now that we've officially cracked our cold one, let's jump in to my spring TBR. So in total, I have 20 books split between 2 genres. So I have 10 romances and 10 fantasy books that we're going to chit chat a little bit about today. I've got some new releases, some that are just books that have been on my physical TBR for a long time, some that are just authors that I really like that I want to just keep reading from their backlists and things like that. So let's jump in to the romance. Starting off, the first couple are new releases that I have talked about a little bit before. First up, we have We're a Bad Idea, Right? By K.L. Walters. This actually published March 3rd of 2026, so it's been a little while that this book is out. I really haven't heard much about this. She is a young adult romance writer, and I have loved all of the other books that I've read from her. I think the one that I feel like everybody sort of knows from her is The Summer of Broken Rules, which I mean is a fantastic read. I absolutely loved it. But I've actually really enjoyed some of her other romances that I've read, especially What Happens After Midnight. That book is so cute and so fun. So you guys should definitely check her out. Moving on, the second book I have written down is Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune. This comes out May 5th, 2026. And then also in my number 3 spot, I have written down both of the other Carly Fortune books. I just didn't feel like I didn't feel like having 3 Carly Fortune books on this list. So I put her new release, and then I also would love to read the other 2 books from her that I haven't read yet, which is This Summer Will Be Different and One Golden Summer. I really enjoyed Every Summer After and Meet Me at the Lake. Those were really good. So I would love to catch up on the 2 books I haven't read and also get to read her new release. So jumping back in, number 4, I have The Daisy Chain Flower Shop by Lori Gilmore. This is another new release coming out May 19th, 2026. This is the 6th book in the Dream Harbor series, which is crazy. There's also a novella that just came out a couple of months ago, I believe, that I just haven't gotten around to reading yet. I have personally really enjoyed the first 5 that I've read, so I'm really looking forward to this story from her. So there's that. Number 5, I have Fever Dream by Elsie Silver. This is the first book in her new series that she's starting, Emerald Lake. This is set to release May 19th, 2026 as well. And I'm ecstatic. I have loved every book that I've read from Elsie Silver so far. I am in the midst of trying to catch up on her backlist, the Gold Rush Ranch series. I read, of course I've read Chestnut Springs. And I've also read all of the Rose Hill books. So I'm just in the midst of trying to read the backlist and then also get ready for the new series she's starting. So I'm really really excited. Now the last 5 are books that are on my physical TBR or just books that I'm interested in reading in general. First up, we have one that is off my physical TBR. I have Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I genuinely have been meaning to read this book for years now. I have been seriously debating doing another one of the like reading the OG book talk book reading vlogs for a while now, because there really is so many OG book talk books that I've never read that I would like to read. So we'll see. Let me know if you guys would like that. So then we have The Reunion by Kayla Olson. I actually just picked up this book one time at Walmart. The blurb on the back sounded so interesting, and it just sounded like really fun. It also gives like kind of summery, warm weather vibes, so I feel like that could be really fun. Next, number 8 is actually a book that I picked up from Walmart like literally 2 days ago because the cover was really cute and the synopsis was really interesting, and that is How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates. This sounds so cute. This book is by Shaylee, I'm assuming, Thompson. It sounds so interesting. Like, it's giving romance thriller, and I'm all for it. That's it. Okay, number 9 is yet another book on my physical TBR, and that is You With a View by Jessica Joyce. This book I've had for a little while now. I think I picked it up when it was like getting its popularity on like TikTok and YouTube, and I've been meaning to read it. It has a really good, interesting like premise and setting, and I just like to check it out. It seems fun, and it also I feel like gives spring summer vibes because it's like a road trip or something. So there's that. And number 10 is actually like an entire series that I would like to check out, and that is the Jameson Valley series by Devoney Perry. Mostly because I absolutely loved The Edens, and then recently I just read the 2 books in the Haven River Ranch series from Devoney Perry and absolutely loved them. So I decided, kind of in the midst of reading those 2 books from that series, that I was like, you know what? I should figure out a way to just read all of Devoney Perry's backlist. And I'm actually currently reading the first book in the Jameson Valley series, which is the Coppersmith Farmhouse, and I've been really enjoying it. So I'll let you know how that goes. Anyways, moving on. Okay, hello. To you, it probably doesn't look that different, but to me, it's been a little bit. I had to take a bit of a break. We are back to now talk about the fantasy books. The first book that I have for the 10 fantasies on this list is one that I've genuinely been counting down the days until since reading the first book. There's officially like 13 days, I think, until this book releases, and I cannot even wait. And that is, of course, Miss Devoney Perry's new release coming April 7th, 2026, Rights of the Starling. And I'm gonna die. I'm gonna literally die. I just read Shield of Sparrows a couple of months ago in January, actually. That was one of the first books I read in 2026, and I absolutely loved it. 5 stars. That was my first 5-star of the year, and I was completely blown away. It was absolutely fantastic, and now I can't wait for the second to come out. Like, I'm genuinely on the edge of my seat waiting. And what's even better is that it releases during my spring break, and so the only plan I have the entire day that this book releases will be reading that book. Genuinely, I'm doing nothing else but reading this book. Like, straight up. That is the only thing I'll be doing with myself. Like, are you kidding me? Moving along, and then the rest are just random ones, either that I have physically or that I just am interested in reading. So let's jump in. Number 2 in the fantasy category we have is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I've heard some interesting things about this book, and I'm a little bit curious because I'm pretty sure like the love interest is like Death himself or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm listening to what people are saying, and that's what I gathered, but I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I felt like it was giving the spring vibes because it has flowers on the cover. I don't know, man. Number 3, I have Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. Again, another book that I've heard some pretty good things about. I'm very curious and would just like to know, honestly. It's one of those things where I feel like somebody probably gave me like a very vague review on like TikTok or YouTube, and I was like, actually, I'm really interested to know more about this concept and story. So there's that. Number 4 is one that I actually have physically and have had for many years now, and that is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I, again, have been wanting to read this for a couple of years now. I know that this series was like one of the original book talk, I feel like, series that was like pretty viral, at least from like what I kind of remember, and so I would love to check it out. I'm just like kind of curious. I've heard really good things. So I don't know, man. Number 5, I have Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. Again, another book that I've seen so many people talk about. I have seen all over Book Talk and BookTube. Everybody really enjoys this book, at least the people that I have seen read it. And I'm curious to see. I know that it's like Alice in Wonderland vibes from what I can like remember. So I'm really curious to see how the book actually shapes up. Number 6 is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab's. I have been wanting to get into V.E. Schwab's for a couple of years now. I feel like I'm always like interested. I've seen a lot of people read other books from this author and really enjoy them. I actually made a YouTube short talking about like my top 5 auto-buy authors, and at the end of it I said if you guys had any auto-buy authors to let me know, because I would love to check out some new authors. And somebody actually commented on that video telling me that I should check out V.E. Schwab's, and so I've been really interested to check it out. And so A Darker Shade of Magic was one of the ones that they recommended that I start with. So we're gonna check it out. I'm hoping to check it out soon, actually. I'm kind of interested. And then actually number 7 I have is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, also by V.E. Schwab's. I feel like these two are the ones I hear a lot of people recommend getting into V.E. Schwab's, is starting with these two books because they're very popular and they're really good. So I'm really excited. Number 8, I have The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. So Adrienne Young is the author of, what the heck is that series called? I remember. It's Fable, and then the second book is Namesake, and there's a couple other books I think that like go with that whole story and series, but I've only read Fable and Namesake, and I really enjoyed both books. It was really fun and different. It was really fun and also a really different read for me, and so I'm really interested to continue reading from this author. And so I saw The Unmaking of June Farrow, and it sounded so interesting and had such a like interesting synopsis that I put it on my list, and I've been meaning to read it for a while, and so bada bing, she ended up on the list. I don't know, man. Number 9, I have Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. So I read Fourth Wing. Actually, I made a video of it and everything. You guys can check it out. Back in October of 2023. It is now March of 2026. Yeah. And for some reason, I just never cared to read the second book. But a really close friend of mine actually was like, no, you like totally should read the rest of the series so far. It's really good. And I was like, okay, you convinced me. So now I'm like totally on board. And I'm hopefully going to try and read Iron Flame soon. But goddamn, that book is big. I actually have a physical copy that I actually picked up at Target the other day. And she's thick. So we'll see how that goes. And then finally we have number 10, The Wings of Starlight by Allison, I think it's Saft, S-A-F-T, Saft? I don't know, man. This is a book that I definitely wasn't expecting, but when I saw it all over TikTok and YouTube, I was like, wait a minute. I think I need to check this out. So this book is actually a prequel to Tinkerbell and like the story of Tinkerbell from Disney. I grew up with a sister who like absolutely loved Tinkerbell. Shout out Jeanette. I also loved Tinkerbell, but she was definitely the one that was like more obsessed with the Tinkerbell franchise and stuff growing up. And so I've seen like all the movies, we've had like all the toys and things like that. And so I saw this over TikTok and I was like, you know what? I should definitely check this out. It looks really sweet. It looks really cute. And I feel like it would just be fun to be back in like the Pixie Hollow magic of it all, you know what I mean? And it just sounds really cute. So this gives you a backstory on Queen Clarion and how she kind of, I'm assuming, came to be where she is now, and also the story behind her and is he like the king, the leader of the Winterwoods guy? I forgot his name, actually. I feel really bad. Because I do remember in the Tinkerbell movie where Tinkerbell finds out she has a sister, you kind of get a little bit of like a hint that there's a history between these two, but you never actually know what's going on. And so this book, I am assuming, is the story between these two and how they came to be where they're at now. I'm honestly so excited to be back in the Pixie Hollow universe. It's just so exciting and I can't wait. I'm actually really interested to read this soon. So there's that. Anywho's, there is the 20 books on my Spring TBR. If you guys have any books that you would recommend reading in like the springtime and all of that jazz, let me know down below. I'd love some suggestions. I'm hoping that these books can bring me out of my reading slump, get me back into reading more often again. And with that, there is our spring TBR all finished. And I've got nothing else. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe down below. And don't forget to put on those post notifications so you get a notification the next time I post. And I'll see you guys next time. Toodles! Okay, now I'm gonna go back to binging The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.